In this apartment, and I am
Freddie, my job is literally
I am over this.
It's my job to be. I'm the creator. I'm the creative director, so like it makes sense that I direct the creativity, doesn't it? I mean, tell me if I'm being like unreasonable.
Pretty unreasonable.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't know why he waited until right as we started recording a podcast to, air that gravy or whatever.
To be fair, I didn't even know we were recording yet.
I did say we were recording.
When did you say that?
I said, we're recording, and then he started yelling at me.
Was he already yelling at you?
No, he started yelling after I said we're recording.
Okay, I did not hear that. Sorry.
It's okay.
I should turn this on.
Do what you want to do, man. It's all right. This is a loose-ass podcast. I already got chewed out by one of my... I don't even want to... They're not in play. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Screenplay podcast. This is a show... It's just a show. James, you should answer your phone.
That's not my phone.
Oh, it wasn't? Was that mine that time?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't. That was definitely yours.
Never mind, it was mine.
Yeah, I knew it. Anyway, this is the Screenplay podcast where we just kind of talk about random bullcrap for, 45 minutes to an hour, and hopefully we're a little entertaining or insightful along the way. So before just a little thing that I learned that I find fascinating. One guy at work, Taylor, and I, we had like a mutual discovery with this website called The Scale of the Universe. It's pretty interesting. It's like a slide bar at the bottom, and it's like a scale chart of all the known universe, right? So like it starts with the smallest measurable thing and goes up until the largest, which is the known universe. But along the way, you get a lot of interesting stuff like, and this is the one that I want to talk about. Did you know that, the game Minecraft, right?
Correct.
Did you know that the size of a Minecraft world is larger than the planet Neptune? Like, scale-wise, if you were to take it out and put it into the universe, like in real size, scaled up to humans or whatever, it would be larger than Neptune.
Huh.
That's.
Can you do that with any fictional?
What do you mean?
Like, can you find out how big, like, a universe in Dragon Ball or something is?
Oh, no. It just uses random things for scale.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it, like, scales that directly against Neptune just to be all like, hey, isn't this fucking crazy? It's like, yeah, that fucked us up for, like, a week. Like, Minecraft is bigger than Neptune. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's, like, mind-bending. If you want to have an existential crisis, I recommend you check that website out. So anyway, how's your week going, James?
What's it called? Pretty good. Been working on this film. Sorry if I'm a little out of it. I've been sitting in this apartment all day, like looking at my computer screen.
And then I come home from work and I'm like, James, we're gonna record, and he's like, okay.
I mean, I can't complain. I didn't have to sit in traffic. I know you were in 2 hours of traffic.
Yeah,
so
it took me
like
2 hours to get home. It's no big deal. We don't gotta talk about it.
So like, I really shouldn't be complaining.
You can complain. Everybody can complain, just not as much as me.
Oh shit, man!
So, well, how was last week? We didn't really. You were up to a lot of interesting stuff last week. Talk about it.
Yeah, last week was interesting because for the film that I'm working on, the financier was gracious enough to pay for our trip to Ohio where we're looking to film. So I kind of just had like a really cool moment because I've never been flown out somewhere to location scout for a project before.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone have like the hotels and like rent a car and all my food paid for.
Yeah, it's pretty legit.
So every bite of food I just took was like extra sweet. Also, Ohio's really cool. There was no traffic, and I got from like one end to the other end in like 30 minutes. I'm like, oh shit, this is awesome.
Yeah, right.
This is Russia. This is 6 p.m. right now, and I'm flying home.
Yeah, meanwhile, all the interstates here have at least 4 lanes going each way, and it still takes fucking an hour and a half to get 10 miles.
3 miles here is like, well, that's 45 minutes. 20 miles there is
Probably what?
the same.
Yeah, around half hour or so. Yeah, it's one thing that like I had to. So last time I was home, I drove back and forth in a day to New York City twice.
Wait, you drove?
Yeah. Well, the first time I drove into New York City and parked and drove back. I was looking for jobs, and I wanted to see what that would be like.
I thought you just commuted.
Well, the second time I did, I drove to Newark and then took the NGT into Penn Station or whatever. But even still, like it's like an hour and a half each way. But it was amazing. As soon as you get away from New York City, it's amazing because it's just New York, Pennsylvania country. So you're just going like 80 miles an hour the whole time. Definitely making progress, and it makes sense that the amount of land you cover would take an hour and a half. Here, I leave Culver City, which is 14 miles away from my apartment at 5:45, and I don't get home until 7:30.
That happened to me the other day. I was meeting the other producer for this project, and like, I wouldn't tell him this because he'd feel bad, but like, yeah, actually the exact same thing. It took 2 hours to get home.
It's just brutal.
Wait, really? It's gonna take me 2 hours?
And like a lot of the time, it's unavoidable.
I left at 4:30.
Because,
I left at 4:30.
There's no way to plan for the traffic here. It's like I've gotten to work in I've gotten to work in the morning. From so far, and I've only had the job for like 3.5 weeks, right? But I've gotten there in 25 minutes. 45 minutes and an hour and 25 minutes so far, and various times in between. So like, how do you plan for that? Like, I had one that took me 2 hours and 10 minutes to get there. Like, how do you plan for that? Either you wake up hella early and get there an hour and a half before you're supposed to, or you leave at like a somewhat normal time and you're 15 minutes late every other day. Like, what do you do? It's like, I'm grateful that they're a little like, it's not, I won't say lenient, but like if I get there at like 15 minutes late, I'll just work 15 minutes later, you know. It's fine. But, you know, it's frustrating as hell.
Honestly, I think that's why most of my call times are before 6 a.m. Just
Beat
for that
traffic.
specific reason. It's like there's not that much traffic at that point.
Yeah. Just gotta beat it. It's dumb.
I will say I do prefer this over New York City traffic, because when you're stuck on a block, you're gonna be on that block for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're just at another block.
You make even that's fair. You make even less tangible progress driving in New York City.
And I drove in like vans and trucks for
brutal.
construction, so
Brutal.
it's like making a turn in those kind of things when no one gives a shit.
I remember one time, my buddy LJ, hey LJ, was picking me up because I used to because I live in Pennsylvania, that's where I grew up, and we all went to school in Boston. In case anybody listening at this point doesn't know that already. But the way I used to get home for like holidays or whatever, I'd take a Greyhound from Boston to New York City, and then it depended on how everybody was feeling. But like sometimes someone would drive into New York City and pick me up at the bus station. Sometimes I'd hop the train to Newark and get it there. But one time my buddy LJ picked me up in New York City, and he's just he's like pale because he's so like growing up and learning to drive in the Lehigh Valley where we grew up, and then it does not prepare you for driving in places like LA or New York City. The only thing that prepares you for that is actually just driving in New York and LA. But he had never experienced anything like that, really. And I just see his face as he's pulling up to the bus station. He's just like, just just like trying not to run anybody over, going super slow, like afraid someone's gonna run into him. And I felt so bad.
Young blood.
And then some old guy like steps out into the road in front of him, not at a crosswalk, just in the middle of a fucking block, just starts crossing the street and expecting LJ to see him and stop. And LJ does and stops, but slams on his brakes, I guess a little too close to this old guy. So the guy takes his cane and thwops the top of LJ's car like 3 times. Now the best part is when I saw this, I just saw someone's car get thwopped by an old man, and then that car got closer and closer, and I saw LJ was driving, and then I almost rolled into the street. I was laughing so hard. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Like it's funny going home and experiencing like when people are like, yeah, the traffic's pretty bad today, and it's like, nah.
In New York, I'm honestly surprised more people don't get hit, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely push it way more when I'm there, and I'm like, I should have just let that one go and wait 5 more seconds.
Yeah, like the other day we were walking through Pasadena and you just fucking walked right across the street.
I was gonna make it.
You definitely were, but it just shows the New Yorker, because me and Freddie are just like, oh, bye, and you're gone.
I'm just in the middle of the street. Come on!
It's fine.
The water's fine, guys.
Oh boy, water's fine. Come on in.
Although I can't say. Never mind. I take back what I said. I'm surprised more people don't get hit, because fucking Greg got hit by a bike.
Oh,
he was on his bike and got hit by a car.
That's even worse.
Granted, he was in the bike lane and doing his he didn't do anything wrong. The guy just blew a red.
Huh.
But yeah. Oh yeah, and fun story. That's actually me and Greg produce a web series.
Mm-hmm.
Which will be featured on Screenplay soon.
Hey.
So shamelessly plugging. But Greg and I filmed the first episode earlier than the rest of the episodes that we did, and that's because he just didn't have that much money.
Yeah.
But then after he got hit by the car, so this guy hits my poor friend, and he pulls him to the sidewalk, out of the street, because Greg's leg is fucked up at this point.
Ugh.
He hit him hard. And then he just says sorry and then drives in his car away. And Greg's like, did that dude just hit and run me? But then Greg notices that he hit him so hard that his license plate fell off. So Greg, with whatever ounce of strength he has, army crawls to that license plate, picks it up, calls the police.
Yeah.
And pretty much took that guy to court because
That's
fucking
you
dipped.
Don't do that, yeah.
And ran a red. And pretty much that's how we got funding for the other episodes, because that guy had to pay Greg his hospital bills and then some.
Yeah. Jeez.
So one day at a bar, Greg's like, so the settlement came in, and I'm like, oh shit, what happened? I'm rich! And I'm like, hey buddy, that's great, but maybe don't yell that while we're in a dive bar. He's like, yeah.
Also, try not to make a habit of that, getting run over to fund your movies. We don't condone that. It's just a happy circumstance, I guess.
We got 3 and soon 4 and 5 episodes out of it because he got equipment and stuff. And the quality definitely shows. So this episode was brought to you by Greg's leg being permanently fucked up. We should just make that the title card.
You can go in the description.
Yeah. This episode.
Oh boy.
Because he's gonna have knee problems later in life, apparently.
Oh, that's no good.
I shouldn't be laughing.
No, you shouldn't. I shouldn't be laughing.
One day when I was back recently, I'm like, "Are you limping?" And he's like, "A little bit." I'm like, "God damn it! I have to watch for this shit now."
Oh no.
That's okay. Anytime he goes to the doctor, that guy has to pay for it.
Well, there you
If
go.
it's leg related.
Okay.
Not like if he.
Like for the rest of time?
If it's related to that knee, yep.
Oh man.
Because he hit him really fucking hard.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, like the doctor said, you might have,
Problems.
future damage.
Oh boy. Boy, oh boy.
Which, he's going to the doctor because of that guy.
Yeah, no good. Well, I'm glad he's not dead.
Oh, yeah, same. I'm very happy about that.
Well, and y'all are going to really like that web series.
We're now unshareable.
Yep, it's terrible.
Shareable?
It's terrible.
Shit.
Yeah, you fucked up. It's okay. Sorry. They, on their website, they have like a Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, "Why aren't we shareable?" Is one of the frequently asked questions. So it's all good.
Because that name was taken, Todd. Let's move on.
More or less. So what'd you get up to this weekend? Do anything fun?
Oh, I'm thinking. Yeah, went on a nice date with someone.
There you go.
What did I do on Saturday, though?
No pressure. It's
Sure,
only
yeah.
a talking medium.
Yeah, I know. I wish I had the questions beforehand.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll give you a little time to think. On Friday, I did nothing. And then on Saturday, I did nothing most of the day, but then I had a date. Yeah, that was fun. We watched 3 movies. We watched
Wait, what? 3?
The Interview, Game Over Man, and Austin Powers Goldmember. 2 of those are really good. You take your guess. What 2?
I think I know which one is bad.
Which one do you think is
Game Over
Yeah,
Man.
it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, they had a few funny moments, but
Yeah, there are funny
they're
moments.
better and shorter.
There are funny moments in that comedy, but it's an hour and 40 minutes,
Honestly,
and it's not funny the whole time.
I'd say the same for The Interview, because there are some moments that it's just like, okay, you're repeating the same joke way too many times.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Plus, it's the weirdest James Franco.
Yeah, I know. Like he was like trying to be cute, like trying to be
aloof and dumb, but
yeah.
not. It's just weird. It's a weird movie. Do you remember that when that? Do you remember when that movie almost caused World War III?
Oh man, is it weird to say those were simpler times?
Seriously.
When Seth Rogen and James Franco nearly killed us.
A fucking stupid bullshit comedy by involving Seth Rogen and James Franco almost causes World War III, and that was an objectively simpler, nicer time. That's fucked up. I hate that. I hate that a lot.
Literally, our worst issues were the Sony hacks. Which just like, these producers are assholes.
Seriously.
So-and-so's calling Will Smith a brat and Angelina Jolie an idiot.
And then they were threatening us with a Aunt May spy movie. You remember that? Like, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Oh, it's totally gonna
Did you also hear the 22 Jump Street Men in Black crossover?
Yeah, I actually wanted that though.
I kind of thought that would have been funny.
That would have been great. They could have done it with the same cast that they're doing the new MIB with, and Channing and
Jump Street Division
and what
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, Jonah Hill. That'd have been fucking great. That'd have been great.
I mean, at the same time, I'm really happy that they ended it with 2 movies.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, those are 2 very solid films.
And then that like series of fake trailers at the end.
Yeah. Plus, those were great. I think they did that on purpose, just so.
Definitely won't be another one.
Mm-hmm.
They intentionally caused a continuity error.
Oh, dear Lord, Chris Miller, you geniuses.
So it's kind of similar to sort of one of the topics we touched on last week, but I wanted to hear your opinion on it. I had a conversation with a friend this past week about music, and basically trying to think of a nice way to talk about how it went. More or less I got lectured, but it was basically about how I have a strong distaste for most pop music.
Oh, was this?
Don't say who it was.
Oh, I thought it was just someone from a dating app.
No, this is a different person.
Oh, never mind.
But yeah, basically, I rag on flavor of the week pop music a lot. So like your Monday to Friday pop star, people who like some record label picks up because they have the right look and the right sort of sound, and then use a computer and an algorithm and a writer's room to produce an album that'll win a Grammy and then make millions and millions of dollars. It's like when a studio produces like a super safe, by the numbers blockbuster, but it's music. That's the kind of pop music I don't like. Now, James, you can vouch for me on this one that like my musical taste is like borderline schizophrenic, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I don't hate pop music because it's pop music. I hate it when people use music as a way to only make money and gain fame. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's plenty of music out there done by people who like to do it that is also just fun and nothing to listen to. Like I listen to plenty of music like that. You know, it's just when your Nickelbacks or I don't even know, pick a again, flavor of the week pop star. They just pop up, release a banger and make millions and millions of dollars.
Usually the bangers mostly include John Mulaney did a stand up on this, just like tonight's the night, you know, like this is gonna be the night, guys. And then it's like,
well, I think
no, not all like that's why I like that band's Fun. They did that song Some Nights, like no, some nights aren't. No, they're just nights.
And then that's why I really sympathized with what's his name, Jackson in Star Is Born.
Oh yeah.
Bradley Cooper's character. I sympathize with him a little bit when he's like, now you have millions and millions of people listening to the words you have to say. Make sure it comes from a real place. It doesn't have to stand for something, but it should come from a real place. You know what I mean? And she just goes on Saturday Night Live and sings a song about someone with a nice butt. It's like, I get it, but like...
As much as I didn't like that movie, yeah, I could appreciate what he was going for.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's like, I think judging people for the media that they ingest is inherently wrong. I think if you judge people based on what kind of stuff that they like to watch, listen to, whatever, if you judge them for it, that's kind of wrong. That being said, I feel like people owe it to themselves to have a higher standard when it comes to the stuff that they ingest. Because if you do, then the shitty stuff goes away, and the stuff just only gets better.
I got into an argument with my mom about this actually, because I think it was the Grammys last year. Bruno Mars won, but it was the pop. It was like exactly what you described, just like songs about just having money, partying, that kind of stuff. But like he was up against some really good beat. Like he was up against Kendrick, Lord. I think it was Lord. But like some other really good albums that I'm like, these guys are actually saying some really cool stuff.
Yeah. And
also, like, doesn't Bruno have enough? Like his
literally,
like his song is clearly the blockbuster on this, and you know his Hunters get sold out by every middle-aged mom like this side of the Mississippi. Like, so does he really need another fucking Grammy instead of Kendrick or Lord?
Yeah, it's just it's like, no, it just kind of goes back to that. I'm not necessarily judging people who like the throwaway, because not everything. And the friend that I was talking to had a really good point. Not all art or media needs to stand for something. Sometimes you just want to listen to or watch something and have fun with it. That was Aquaman for me. Like it was cool that it was like bringing a Polynesian character to the forefront. Like that was fucking awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really cool because there's not enough of that. There's not enough of that representation. That being said, it really didn't say anything about that really. And that's not what the movie was about. Mm-hmm. The movie was just to have fun. And that's totally fine. But it was made by someone who wanted to do it in a competent and fun way. You know, James Wan is a very talented filmmaker, and he presented just a fun blockbuster in a way that was like clearly an artist and someone who was gifted and talented at work. And it said things. It doesn't have to stand for something. But I guess like...
Also, I apologize to the whole VFX team for Aquaman for not even being considered for the Oscar.
Oh yeah, seriously. That's a bit of a snub.
Like they really did an amazing. Like that whole thing was underwater, and
I
never doubted it.
Yeah, seriously. The hair effects, everything.
I know. Did you see Jason Momoa's locks? Like
seriously.
That was all
Seriously.
CGI, and like they look great.
And it's like just watching that movie made me believe that someday a well-funded Dragon Ball movie live action could actually be pretty good.
Oh man, James Wan doing that.
Seriously, like the underwater action is a lot like what it would be like in
He's proven himself too many times.
seriously. So it's like, yeah, that was a snub. That was a major snub.
But no, I get what you mean in terms of like you just need something to shut your brain off.
Sometimes, yeah, and there's nothing
I
wrong
agree.
with that.
Aquaman was like that kind of film for me.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I don't think James Wan only made Aquaman to make money. I don't think he only did the bare minimum.
No,
blockbuster algorithm to
Well-
sell a movie and make money.
Well, actually, fun fact about that, because he's pretty much one of Warner Brothers' like golden boys. After proving himself time and time again.
Yep.
They gave him the option of would you like to direct Aquaman or The Flash.
Mm-hmm.
He purposely chose Aquaman because of the challenge of
Yep.
making that character more relatable.
Yeah.
And saying something more with that character than he thought he could have said with The Flash.
And how
So
cool. Yeah.
it really is like an artistic standpoint because he had the
Sure.
option of like, The Flash. Like a lot of people respect and know The Flash a lot more. Aquaman was kind of a still Aquaman. Like people giggle
Sure.
when they think
Sure.
of that name.
It's ridiculous.
But now
but
he's
it's-
Jason Momoa and he's awesome.
Yeah, and it's like that's Aquaman as a comic book character has really gotten a bad rap for a long time, and I don't want to turn this into an Aquaman review, but yeah, I guess the moral of the story is it doesn't need to stand for anything. It just maybe needs to say something. It's like I don't know, like everybody can have a guilty pleasure, but then I guess. It's like this same friend I know for a fact still listens to some like Chris Brown. And like that's gross. That's gross as fuck. I don't care.
Like
if the
new Chris Brown or old Chris Brown?
Just I think it's old, but even still, you know what I mean. So that's another.
Okay, but that's a whole other argument.
Well, that's
right
another
there.
conversation to have. It's like, so do you feel then that artists become off limits? And then also in light of this, like apparently this evidence coming out about Michael Jackson. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, but I thought that was kind of.
Well, it was assumed, but with no tangible evidence, everyone defended him because it's Michael Jackson. But now it's like more and more concrete evidence is coming out, and it's
I
like
truly thought everyone knew that. Like people are talking about it like it's like, crazy. Like I truly thought everyone just knew that he did that.
oh, I knew.
So like that's
I
why I'm
just-
like, wait, why are we just talking?
But no,
about
like a
this?
lot of people who really like MJ don't like want to accept that it's a thing. You know what I mean? Like, and so they were just like, "There's no evidence." It's like the same thing a lot of people are doing with R. Kelly, and a lot of people do with Chris Brown. It's like I like
Kelly,
this music.
he admitted that.
It's like there's a lot of evidence, but I like this dude's music, so fuck it. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, I can say that about the music I listen to.
It's kind of like Kevin Spacey. Like, there's no evidence. Then, like the next day, we have a video.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. So then, like, do artists then become off limits because of what they've done? Like, can you not then like? With in the case of an actor, I feel like it's a little more loose because they aren't the only one. Definitively, they aren't the only one who gave their time and effort and all that to making something great. So, like with the case of Baby Driver, it's like, sure, seeing his fucking gross, disgusting face in that movie might detract from the experience, but that's a fucking passion project and a half from Edgar Wright, Ansel Elgort, and I just wanted to make sure.
No, you got it.
And all the rest of the cast, like that's a passion project. So do you want to?
Oh, I know.
You can't take away from them because one of the people that they worked with is a sleazeball.
I've been making this argument for like a while now, like mostly since after Casey Affleck turned out to be a creeper. And yeah, I know they suck, and I feel bad for anyone who's had to work with them and had such an experience, but there's hundreds of other people on that film who poured their heart into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also different from music, of course, because it's more of the individual.
Sure.
Or comedian. Like I completely understand if you never want to listen to Louis C.K., Bill Cosby again because yeah, that's literally just him.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely, and I feel the same way. And then there's like a band I like to talk about. I'm gonna leave out actual artists, but there's one band where the lead singer was a scumbag, but all 9 other members of the band were not scumbags and didn't know that the lead singer was a scumbag. And as soon as they found out he was a scumbag, they kicked him the fuck out of the band. But can you listen to that music because it's the lead singer's voice you hear like representing it, and it's like it comes down to the person. I think like if you feel okay with it, then I guess do it. More power to you.
My perspective is, I don't know, I guess it depends on the song or like the thing, but at the end of the day they did make art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm still going to go into museums and appreciate a lot of those artists, even though, let's be honest, it was the 1400s.
Oh,
and, like,
probably a lot of them.
They did much worse shit.
Yeah.
And, like, it was like, oh, yeah, slap on the wrist, you know, you're fine. They got, like, commended for it. I'm still going to go and appreciate their work.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's impossible to escape shitty people's work. Like, this apartment that we're in right now, I love it, but for all I know that everyone who worked on it could have been no, really, like that's just what it comes down to. Like, like if I'm gonna nitpick everything, then I can't appreciate anything.
Yeah, that's true. I had a realization the other day that most good in the world is only good because it directly contrasts to the bad thing that made the good necessary, and what caused the bad thing is 9 times out of 10 a person. So like it's a really nihilist way to look at the world, but it's also kind of realistic as well. I guess just accepting that and trying to find the good anyway is what it's about, I guess.
It stinks, but I rarely hear stories of like, this film was made because I was so goddamn happy, I just needed to share it. Like I rarely, like usually a lot of the pieces that we love is just like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 99% of the time it's just all through pain.
Oh boy.
Except for those kind of studio films or songs that is literally made just for money. Yeah,
and it's like bands like Nickelback. Like a lot of people really like them and they're successful.
Easy
and
now.
they might be musically talented, right? I don't think I can play guitar as well as their lead singer or their lead guitarist, right? That's fine. That doesn't mean they aren't definitely pandering and definitely playing up a certain style that definitely attaches itself to a certain group of the population. So that's why I don't like Nickelback.
Certain group of the population and James.
No, that's the thing. It's like, my thing is recognize, have self-awareness with the music or movies or TV you watch. Like, I recognize that a lot of the stuff I watch is kind of trash. But I like it, so who cares? Like, so like Naruto Shippuden is like objectively a little long-winded and a little up itself, right? And I know that. I get into it anyway. It's like I don't know. A lot of the music I listen to is pretty trashy pop punk. I know. I like it anyway, and that's fine. It's just recognize that some of the stuff that you listen to might be cringy as fuck, and that's fine. That makes me enjoy it more, because a lot of it is just for me. Or God forbid I meet somebody else who actually likes the same stuff, and then we're already better friends than we would have been otherwise. It's like defending something to the death, in spite of its flaws, is kind of close-minded, I think.
It's funny because like, even though we are saying that about like some pop music, we have no reason to call it a guilty pleasure at the end of the day.
No.
Like, and that goes for everything that we like. Because at the end of the day, you're right. It's just you like it for whatever reason. That's all
get
that
what you
matters.
want out of something. It's like one thing. My brother Dylan, who was on the last episode of Midnight Masterminds, is a bit of a what's the word?
Sweetheart?
No. Pessimist or cynic when it comes to media. Like, and he holds the media that he ingests to a higher standard, and I can respect that. That being said, he doesn't let himself have fun a lot of the time. Like, and it's just some people, like my dad's a lot like that. You know, it's like, just kind of does his thing and likes what he likes and is definitely that way, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's also nothing wrong with the way I tend to approach most things as open-minded and forgiving as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not often I sit down to watch a movie like not willing to at least try to enjoy it from the get-go. It's not often. Like maybe Slender Man last year, and that was terrible.
Okay.
And then the fucking Unfriended, like that movie too. Like I sat in that, only watched it for the podcast, and was miserable pretty much from opening to close.
Man, I don't know what it is, but like when a comedy or horror film is bad,
It's brutal.
it's bad.
It's brutal.
Like I could handle annoyingly melodramatic films or like annoyingly bad romantic films or whatever genre.
Sure.
But those two specifically, whoa.
I think it's
Especially when the jokes don't land.
Yeah, no, seriously, because that's one of the most abrasive things is when someone's doing something that they think is funny and it's just not, because it's awkward and it's embarrassing.
Or worse, when you're the only one in the theater not laughing.
Yeah,
I
that's
think I
bad.
told you.
That was me watching Night School. For a lot of that
you
movie.
watched that.
Yeah, there were funny moments in that, but most of it I was just like, ugh.
That was me with The Proposal. I still attest that's the one movie I walked out of. Like a 14-year-old me, just to my mom and sister, I'm leaving. And then that's it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Moral of the story is don't judge people. And I don't think I judge people, but I also think you should be able to, or at least willing to, accept criticism for the stuff you like. Right? Because there's a difference between, like, I think this is wrong with that thing that you like.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're an asshole for liking that. Those are two completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, like, if someone's like, that type of music you like, I don't like it, they owe it to you to explain why, and you should be willing to hear that. But at the same time, let bygones be bygones. Who gives a fuck at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Like, unless you're listening to, like, alt-right propaganda music or something, like, there's no reason to judge people for the music that they like. Except for Stadium Country. Those people are lunatics. So on another note, in an effort to hopefully brighten this up a little bit and introduce something maybe that we could do more often, I want to play Would You Rather on the podcast.
Oh no.
I have a website up with a bunch of scenarios. I'm gonna pick a good one. Okay, here's one. Would you rather be the first person to walk on Mars via a one-way trip? So you're definitively the first person to walk on Mars. You will always, forever, in human history, be that person. But it's a one-way trip, and that's where you're staying for the rest of your life. Or never know what it's like to go to space.
Never know what it's like to go to space. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too, I think.
I'd be pretty bummed if I'd go mad. That's a pretty easy one.
Here's a funny one.
Oh no.
Never understand the concept of time, or never understand the concept of sex. So you're either always early or always late, or some combination of the two.
So I can't be a producer.
Or you don't know where to put it. Or why that person is so desperately trying to get at your genitals. I know mine.
Ooh, that's tough.
Right? I think mine's, I would rather not understand the concept of time. Because if I didn't understand the concept of time, that would be a quirk about me that people would slowly adjust to. You know what I mean? Like, my friends would help me,
I feel like I couldn't make films, though. I feel like I couldn't work in films.
No, it's different for you because you're a producer. I'm the quirky, artistic, like, I want to be an actor asshole so I can show up late, and it's fine.
Lose concept and sex, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, that's probably the more practical of the two.
I'm okay. I'm okay with being like the, wait, what do I do? Are you sure? Well, you're just gonna have to do all the work. I'm sorry. I don't understand this thing that you speak of.
Okay, I'm trying to find another good one.
Also, shit, I'd miss every flight that I've ever gone on.
You wouldn't have been able to go to Ohio.
I wouldn't be able to go anywhere.
That's true. That's true.
I wouldn't pick you up.
No.
When we drove out here.
Yeah, man. That would have sucked. I wouldn't have made it.
James, no.
James, you know it's today, right? It's like, today? Yeah, I know. It's like, you know what today means, right? That means right now. It's like, no, I get it. That would be a nightmare existence now that I'm thinking about it. Because you have no concept of time.
That's what I mean.
So no words that refer to time have any meaning to you.
I wouldn't have any friends because
no
one would want to do anything with me.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That one's the worst one. I'd rather not understand sex. I don't actually. To be fair, that's my current state of being. Anyway, let's move on to a more wholesome one. So, would you rather be best friends with Pooh Bear or best friends with Baloo from Jungle Book?
Ooh.
Bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
Forget about your worries and relax. Shit. For nostalgia reasons, I'm gonna have to go with Pooh.
Yeah, I gotta go Pooh as well. I gotta go Pooh.
I feel like you're more of a Baloo guy, though.
What?
I feel like you're more of a Baloo guy, though.
Maybe in real life, but again, if I had I like the Jungle Book, and I would love a big broy bear to ride around and be lazy with and sing songs with and eat fruit with, but fucking Pooh Bear, man, is Pooh Bear. Christopher Robin was such a that movie made me such a warm, just had my heart so warm.
You'll lose all your savings in honey, but you'll have a Pooh.
That's okay. You gotta have a good Pooh every once in a while. Okay, let's try to find another one. Okay, I know what your answer is gonna be to this one. Be able to kill anybody by writing their name in a notebook,
so Death Note,
i.e. Death Note, or be able to heal anyone of any injury, illness, or revive the dead via a kiss, i.e. The nurse lady from My Hero Academia.
That one, the health one.
Yeah, I figured.
That'd be awesome. Just go to a doc. Just go
but
to a hospital.
You wouldn't just like the FBI have identified this leading member of this terrorist organization. Like, oh, okay, cool. And you just jot his name down in a notebook.
Yeah, but then I feel like I'd just be creating more and more people who want it.
That's fair. You
just don't know who they're angry at.
You would get really good at writing, though. Because you'd have to write a lot of names.
I mean, I already have a notebook I write stuff in.
So there you go.
Yeah, my kill list.
I think I would take that one, the kill people with a notebook, because you took the other one. So like we
be a dynamic.
We cover both our bases. It's like I don't like that dude. All right, write his name.
Ah shit! I can't. Wait, do I have to kiss him on the lips?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It didn't specify, so I'm gonna say no.
Because I do not want to go to like a kid's hospital and then do that. That's gross. Just kiss him on the hand or something, then you're cured.
Okay, here's one. Would you rather be stuck in a room with bleeding, rotting, dead bodies for 12 hours or eat 5 spiders?
I'd probably eat the spiders.
Yeah, me too. Some of these are kind of dumb.
Those both are bad, but the trauma. Especially if I know someone.
Okay. Oh.
What?
Okay. Lose an eye and a hand or a leg and an ear? This one's tough.
Pretty much be a pirate or...
No, both are kind of a pirate.
I guess.
Because you get a peg leg and just have a bum ear or an eye patch and a hook hand. So you could be a pirate either way. I think I would lose a leg and an ear. Because I wouldn't be able to play video games, guitar, piano, any of that shit.
Probably the leg in the ear.
Without both my hands.
Unless I have enough hair to cover it.
Yeah. It's like, the leg would suck, but I can get a prosthetic and I'd still be able to walk more or less the same.
Also, handicap parking's cool.
That's true. That's a very good point. All right, we're going to do a few more and then we'll probably wrap this up. I'm trying to find a good one. Oh, okay. Lose the ability to feel emotions.
Ooh.
Or be physically paralyzed.
Oh, shit.
That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough.
I guess lose the ability to... Wait. Like, paralyzed right now? Like, after I've lived the life?
Mm-hmm.
Or born paralyzed?
Let's just assume for ones like that, it's like right now. You have to choose right now. And it'll happen as soon as you choose. James, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know if I could be your friend if you weren't the emotional, lovely person that you are.
I know it.
But I would definitely visit you in the hospital every day and carry you from bed to the bathroom and help take care of you if you were paralyzed.
I guess it's
I
more
just
like...
want that on the record.
Can I still talk?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's paralyzed from like the neck down or...
Let's say the waist down.
Oh, the waist down?
Yeah.
Oh, I could live with that.
All right,
I
let's
thought it
say
was like my whole body.
Then how about the neck down?
Oh, okay. I'm probably still gonna pick paralyzed.
Yeah. Me too.
I can't live without experiencing like some kind of laughter.
I hear you. All right, here's a good one.
It still sucks though.
Would you rather discover something great and spread it, so you have the renown for the great thing that you discovered, or discover something evil and prevent it, but no one knows? So let's take this to a comic booky place. Would you rather be world known for discovering something awesome, or know that you and like we'll say like 3 of your best friends know that you discovered something that was going to end all existence, but you stopped it, but the world would never know?
I'm assuming they're both happening at the same time, so
More or less, we'll say that. Yeah, sure.
stop something evil.
Yeah, you'd rather stop something evil and not have renown for it.
Yeah, I don't like attention.
You know what? Fair enough. I feel the same way.
Every time I'm on this podcast, I shudder beforehand. And people hearing my voice.
Yeah, but you're a fan favorite. Except for Ying doesn't like you. You curse too much for her.
I'm sorry, Ying. I've been working on it.
He has been working on it. We do coaching before
My
most podcasts.
Instead of calling people mean words, I said dingus, even though that is kind of a mean
That
word.
is kind of a mean word, but it's not a curse word, so
Yeah.
you gotta have to be happy with that, Ying. You're gonna have to be happy with it.
My dinguses have been up tremendously since that note.
Your dingus has been up, huh?
Yeah. My
Jeez,
dingus count.
I feel like you shouldn't say that
Ah, gosh dang it.
too proudly. You hear that, everybody? James's dingus has been up.
No.
James's dingus
You are
has been up.
No. Dang it, Ying.
Okay, here's a good one. We're going to do this one and then one more good one, and then we'll wrap this up. Would you rather be able to transform into anything or anyone ever in the world, or be able to teleport anywhere in the world? Mine is easy.
Teleport, yeah.
Teleport 100%. There are a lot of people I wish I could like get home from work and just be like, all right, I want to hang out with this person, and then just
For TSA.
that too, yeah.
You know how much money I'd save? I could go anywhere.
All right, so here's a decent one. Would you rather be naked in front of your closest friends for like the entire length of a party, like say 3 hours or so, right? We're having a party. It's the normal crew, maybe a few people that don't come all the time, but they're definitely part of the like inner circle, right? And you have to be buck ass fucking nude and in like hanging out and mingling for like 3+ hours.
Okay.
Or
Will I traumatize anyone?
run completely buck ass naked through like downtown LA for like 15-20 minutes.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah?
I'd rather do the party. As long as it doesn't like fuck with anyone.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that no one knows that it's gonna happen. It's just a thing that you have to do.
I also don't want to get arrested.
That's
and
true.
Have my life ruined.
That's true. I would rather like do that, traumatize some friends, have them all upset with me. And
Yeah, I'd rather just be like, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
My
I will
choice.
explain when it's over.
Just don't leave. I need you to stay for the entire time.
He'll be upset with me if you leave before it's over. All right, you want to get out of here?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll get out of here.
We're in the apartment, so we can't really leave.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know.
You can get out of the podcast space.
Yeah.
That was another episode of the whatever weird show is. I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually, I guess. Thank you very much for listening. You can find us all over the social medias. Just search S vertical P. That's the letter S, the word vertical, the letter P on whatever social media you're trying to find us on. We're migrating away from our Facebook, like almost completely away from that now. If you want any updates, you should check us out on Twitter and Instagram. Tell your friends, like James said. We're going to be syndicating a new web series very soon. I am super excited for you guys to see that. It's very different from The Inventor, but I think exceptional. And I'm really, really, really pleased that it's going to be syndicating on Screenplay's YouTube channel. I'm really excited for that. Brian and I have been developing a couple short films. We've also got a new web series starring your boy James. Say hi.
Hi.
It's going to be starring your boy James. That's going to be coming at you soon. And as well as some other really cool, fun stuff. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Always. I said it on Masterminds last week. But Stories from Storage just crossed 1,000 listens, and that's kind of mind-blowing to me. Altogether, I think all our podcasts were up around 1,800 listens, which is fucking amazing, right? Across all 3 podcasts. That's really cool, and I don't really know what to say about it. I wanted to thank, I'm going to take this chance to thank Starable, since James brought him up earlier, for shouting out The Inventor on their podcast and keeping up a good review on their website. We really appreciate that. We appreciate everybody who comes and listens and watches all of our stuff and leaves pleasant comments and nice feedback, and even the not so nice feedback. We're always trying to grow, so we appreciate everything. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed your evening and this episode of a show that is kind of nothing. I've been Tyler.
I've been James.
Thank you so much, and have a great night.